All right, Middle-Aged White Guy Reacts back again today with another video for you. And in today's video, we are going back to some Ren. All right, we have the Jenny and Screech full version, which is Jenny, Screech, and Violet. So this is the complete trilogy. This is the way it is supposed to be viewed. So we're just going to do it all in one shot here. Now, I was worried that this might be a longer reaction, and if it is, that's fine. But somebody said it probably won't take as long as I think to get through it. So there's that for you. So this might be a long reaction. It might not be. We'll find out. Before we get into it, just want to let you guys know that if the only reason you subscribe to the channel was because of my amazing beard, don't worry, it does grow back. Okay, it was my wife's birthday. She hates my beard, so as a birthday gift, I shaved it. So yeah, I have not had a clean face in quite some time. It's been quite a number of months. So yeah, if that's the reason you guys were watching my videos, don't worry, it does grow back, and I very rarely shave. So, without further ado, let's get right on into this, though. I know a lot of you guys have been looking forward to this, and I just want to say before we get into it again, you guys have been awesome, right? You guys have been awesome. Your comments are amazing. I wish I could respond to all of them, because usually anybody who puts like a well thought out, lengthy comment, I try to respond in some form or fashion too, because if you took the time to write that, I like, writing back, putting the effort into writing you back. You guys, there's too many well, lengthy, long thought out comments for me to respond to every one of them. I just want you guys to know I have read them all. Okay, I have read them all. So if I haven't responded, just know that I've read them and I appreciate them, and I just want to thank you guys. So let's go ahead, get into this Jenny and Screech and Violet trilogy. Let's go. I like that. Ooh. Dude, like, he's so unique. All right, I'm sorry, sorry for pausing it so early. So unique though, and like just like kind of the things he does, like the humming and stuff like that. Like that's this stuff you don't hear in songs. Like no artist would do this. It's awesome. I love it.
It was a quiet, dark night in an empty street, somewhere in London City. Jenny walked alone, she was dragging her feet, she was heading back home to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, because she walked it about 1,000 times before she wanted to escape. Can you blame? Well, on the very same night, in a different place, there walked this hooded young youth by the name of James. He was 14 years old and out of his brain, he'd been smoking ganja with the boys. James, he grew up to be a kid of the street.
Okay, so right off the bat, we have Jenny walking home from whatever, maybe she was working. She's made this walk 1,000 times before. This is her walk home. This is her routine. And now you have this kid, James, 14 years old. He's running with the wrong crowd. He's on the street doing drugs, smoking the weed, and maybe their paths are about to cross. It seems like maybe. Interesting. Okay, so interesting setup here.
Smoking ganja with the boys. James, he grew up to be a kid of the street. His mates called him Screech, he was quick on his feet. He was a liar, a thief. At 14 years old, the devil had set his sights on his soul. As Jenny walked home.
Okay, so he's already like a hardened, he's been doing this. He's been running the streets for a little bit already. He knows how to steal and rob and do all this stuff. And he's saying the devil's already got his eye on him. He sees the potential there in James.
At 14 years old, the devil had set his sights on his soul. As Jenny walked home all alone, she felt scared. Usually she was alright, but it was like there was something in the air. A divine intervention telling her to beware, maybe intuition bugging her and making her so scared.
Okay. You know, and she has this ominous feeling. And you know what? Like, I don't know if you guys have ever been in that situation, but sometimes something just doesn't feel right, you know, and you can't put your finger on it. And a lot of times, you know, since you can't really put your finger on it, you maybe ignore it or push it aside. And, you know, something bad, you know, ends up happening. It's just weird how something kind of tries to warn you. All right. Like, I've been in that situation before. You know, when I was a youth, I was at a party and there were some kids there that didn't like me because, long story short, I beat up one of their friends. And somebody asked me if I wanted to partake in something around the corner of the house at the party I was at. And me being young and everything, I was like, sure, yeah. As I was walking, though, it didn't feel right. For some reason, it just didn't feel right. I had no reason to suspect anything was off, but something told me don't go beside this house. And as soon as I turned the corner, there was a bunch of friends of the guy that I had gotten into a fight with and beat up, and they jumped me and they beat the shit out of me. All right. So, you know, something was telling me, don't do it. Don't go back there. And it was just a simple, hey, you want to, you know, I got one rolled. You want to go smoke it? And it was, it's, you know, as soon as I hit that corner, I knew what was going on. You know, I was like, damn it. I knew before I even started walking back here. I just had to listen to myself. So whenever you get that instinct in your gut, listen to it. Listen to it. It's telling you something for a reason. And even if there was no reason it was telling you that, you know, another example is I ride motorcycles, or I used to. I don't ride them as much now that I have a bunch of kids. But one time, or actually, if this happened a few times, I was sitting on it, getting ready to leave, you know, having it warm up, and I was getting ready to go for a ride, and something told me to shut it off and get off the bike. And that's what I did. Every time I got that feeling, because it's like, you know, maybe nothing was going to happen, but this was just going to be a recreational drive. I can go play video games instead. All right. So, all right, let's go.
An intervention telling her to beware, maybe intuition bogging her and making her so scared. Sirens sound in the distance to the beat of Jenny's feet. A symphony of the night that echoes crime on London streets. Jenny turns a corner, their eyes they meet. Our poor girl Jenny, a boy named Screech. Give me all your money, bitch, give it to me.
Oh, hold on. Screech, where'd he come in? Hold on.
The night that echoes crime on London streets. Jenny turns a corner, their eyes they meet. Our poor girl Jenny, a boy named Screech. Give me all your money, bitch, give it to me. If you cooperate, then you'll soon be free. I want your purse, your phone, don't fucking look at me. I mean it, bitch, are you listening to me? Jenny freezes statue like a lady shakes stalactite. Feel like liquid nitrogen in the dark night. She tried to find strength to move, but stayed as still as a statue in high-heeled shoes. What the hell you playing at? You playing games with me? I swear to fucking God, I'll slice the rosy off your cheeks. You think I don't mean it, girl? You don't know me. The last thing you see will be a boy code. Screech reached with the sheath of the blade, with the teeth that could bite through steel and slice concrete. And he swung possessed with the devil in his chest, and the statue she was turned to butter in her breath.
Okay, hold on. I want to hear this section again here.
Statue in high heel. She phone, don't fucking look at me. I mean it, bitch. Are you listening to me? Jenny freezes statue like a lady shakes stalactite. Feel like liquid nitrogen in the dark night. She tried to find strength to move, but stayed as still as a statue in high-heeled shoes. What the hell you playing at? You playing games with me? I swear to fucking God, I'll slice the rosy off your cheeks. You think I don't mean it, girl? You don't know me. The last thing you see will be a boy code. Screech reached with the sheath of the blade, with the teeth that could bite through steel and slice concrete.
All right. So I'm confused a little bit, though, because he was talking about a 14-year-old boy named James. And now is James and Screech the same guy, though? All right. Is like James the given name? So anyway, she comes around the corner. Like I said, that intuition. Don't go around that corner. And he's standing there and he's sticking her up now. All right. And he's threatening to cut the rosy off her cheeks. All right. Not a good situation.
Blade with the teeth that could bite through steel and slice concrete, and he swung possessed with the devil in his chest, and the statue she was turned to butter in her breath. It was a quiet dark night in
So he just did it. He just went off and did it. Not good, man.
It was a quiet dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny lay still on the cold concrete. She's found somewhere to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, 'cause she'd walked it about 1,000 times before. I guess that she escaped. It's such a shame.
She escaped. Obviously, she escaped by, you know, getting stabbed to death. All right, so she's gone. She's escaped this city and this lifestyle, you know. All right. Okay, so that's tragic. So Jenny did not have a good day. Jenny did not have a good day.
They say
less
is more, but we believe more is more. That's why we built our sportsbook.
All right. Oh man, that guitar's awesome.
Our story, it starts right at the end. At the life of poor Jenny, clocked out like Big Ben. Dear Screech, dear boy, where did he go? He melted into the black night just like snow. Patrick, man, let me in, please open the door. I think I fucked up, Patrick, really fucked up, man, I'm not sure. I got crazy, left this lady lying still on the floor. I think I killed her, Patrick, come on, man, I can't knock no more.
All right, so he's freaking out now. Okay, so this is picking up like right after he just accosted Jenny in the alley or whatever they were in. So, you know, now he's at his buddy's house banging like, come on, man, I need help, I fucked up. Okay, all right, so we're going to pick up right where we left off from the other one. Awesome.
Lying still on the floor. I think I killed her, Patrick. Come on, man, I can't knock no more. But Screech kept on knocking till his knuckles became sore. But there's no sign of Patrick down at number 54. No refuge for our villain, for the bitter hands of fate.
You know, I just want to stop and say, you know, I've said this in other reactions, but a lot of you guys are going to be new to this channel. Storytelling in music is really a lost art, all right? A lot of times, I mean, you guys know what mainstream music is all about nowadays, I'm assuming. You've heard it, right? It's commercial, it's BS, it has no substance to it. You know, I like, sorry. I like my songs to have substance and meaning. I like to pull apart the lyrics and find the, you know, the message of the artist in them. I also like storytelling, and like, you know, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, profound. Like literally tell me a story of the Three Little Pigs. Take me from point A to point B in a song. And it's fantastic. You know, a lot of the stories they tell also have meaning and messages in them though, which is, you know, to me, it's one of my favorite, type of songs to listen to. So, really, really big fan of storytelling in music.
54. No refuge for our villain, for the bitter hands of fate. With something far more sinister in mind that does away.
Oh, hold on. I missed something. What does he have sinister in mind?
No refuge for our villain, for the bitter hands of fate.
Okay.
With something far more sinister in mind that does away.
Okay, so there's no refuge for our villain. Something more sinister is in mind, or whatever. So he's not going to get in at Patrick's. Something else is in store for him, and it's not going to be good.
Far more sinister in mind that does away. Hey, babe, are you in? No, nothing really. I'm just a bit tired. Listen, can I swing around yours for a few moments? I just really miss you, babe. What the fuck do you mean you're busy? You fucking bitch! For fuck's sakes! Siren sounds approaching like a banshee in the night. The shrill cry of justice cutting like the sharpest knife. But Screech was never one to run, not one to miss a fight. One hand upon his blade, he turned to face the blue lights. Come on then, you fucking cunts, let's fucking have you then. I am Screech, I'm the boss, I'm the ender of men. You think that uniform you're wearing means that you own these streets? These are my fucking streets, and they call me fucking Screech.
All right. Couldn't get into his friend's house. Tried to call his girl or his ex or some woman that he knows and wants to try to crash there. She's like, she can't. She's busy. He's freaking out. Sees the sirens. Turns around to face the blue lights and the cops. And he's now there. He's in a standoff. Screech, man. Yeah, these are not good moves. These are not good moves, dude.
These are my fucking streets, and they call me fucking Screech. Richard was an officer who stood at 6'3", working London on the night shift. What he didn't think he'd see was a boy running at him like an animal possessed. With no time to hesitate, he fired 4 bullets at Screech's chest.
That's... Dude. Wow. That's what he was just doing. The guitar gun right there was awesome. It's like, wow. I like that. I really like that. That really like emphasizes what just happened there. That's amazing. All right. So 6'3" Officer Richard, working the night shift, now has this boy. I'm assuming Screech and that James are the same. So this is like a 14-year-old kid, right? Or did I miss something there? So Screech is like some 14, 15-year-old street kid running at this 6'3" chiseled Adonis of a officer. So, all right.
Fired 4 bullets at Screech's chest.
Dude.
Our story, it ends right at the start. Young Screech and poor Jenny lying 1 street apart. An officer shaken by the boy that he claimed. 2 bodies lay lifeless, and it's such a shame. It's such a shame.
Wow. Okay. So we start our tale with Jenny walking home from, let's just say, work. Walking home from work on these streets that she's walked 1,000 times. Has a bad feeling. Kind of ignores it, keeps on going, turns a corner into an alley, I'm assuming. Runs into Screech. Screech is trying to stick her up, threatening her. She's kind of frozen in fear, like deer in the headlights, isn't responding, isn't, listening to his commands. And he loses it and stabs her to death. So she's dead. He's freaking out now, trying to get to his buddy's house. His buddy's not going to let him in or isn't there or whatever. Tries to call a girl. She's busy, so now he's just wandering the streets, freaking out over what he just did, runs into the cops. He's not going to go down without a fight, charges an officer, and gets shot 4 times. That's tragic. So, you know, they're just one street apart. So these two people, these two separate lives, both kind of run into each other, and then all this happens, and they are both dead a street apart from each other. Damn. All right.
How does an Ohioan make his first legal sports bet?
The right decision on our first bet will make the week.
Dude, I love his guitar, man. I love all of his guitar. Like, dude, these are like amazing, like riffs. Is that what they call them? Like I said, I'm not a guitar player, but they sound phenomenal. Every single song. Ooh. Ugh. Dude, that's so good.
London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. Rhythmic beeps and bloodstained sheets, our lady weeps, she's tired and frail. To set the scene, we must rewind the hands of time for Violet's tale.
Okay, so somebody's in the hospital. Is he referring to Jenny, or because he says, this lady's in the hospital, essentially bloody sheets, but to know what's going on, we need to rewind the hands of time. We need to go back to tell Violet's tale. So is this, do we pick up from like Jenny now in the hospital, or she's dead and gone, right? Is how I took that part of the song. So is Violet in the hospital? And is he now going to go back and say why? All right. I don't know. Let's find out.
For Violet's tale. Violet was a silent girl, grew up with violent starts. Her mother was a drinker and her father was a bastard. Every night he took her tie but never left the room. I'll spare you with the things he did, I'm sure her mother knew.
Oh. Ugh. All right, so Violet had a rough upbringing. All right, mother's a drinker, dad's abusing her, and he's saying, I'm pretty sure the mom knew, kind of just turning a blind eye to the assault. Ugh, that's rough, man. That's some grimy, evil shit.
With the things he did, I'm sure her mother knew. Violet was
And I'm sorry. Oh, like the mothers in that situation, you are even worse than the person who's perpetrating the crime, because you know and you could stop it and you don't. To me, that's 100 times worse than performing the act yourself. I'm sorry. You have a duty and a responsibility, especially when it's your own child. Like, ugh. I can't get going on that because I'll get all fired up. Let's go.
with the things he did, I'm sure her mother knew. Violet was a silent girl, she moved out at 16. A semi-detached council flat, paid for by a welfare scheme.
Hold on. I'm like still thinking about the father situation. I'm not listening. Hold on. Sorry.
Violet was a silent girl, she moved out at 16. A semi-detached council flat, paid for by a welfare scheme. Packing shelves at Tesco, stacking jars like pickled bricks. She met a boy named Stevie and he was a little prick.
All right. Okay, so she's moved out on her own and is getting government assistance and working this like grocery shopping or grocery store or shelf stocking type of job, and just met a boy. He's a prick.
Boy named Stevie and he was a little prick. Violet was a silent girl and Violet she fell fast. See, Stevie was the wrong and but he sure knew how to charm her. Every night he took her time.
Alright, so she falls fast for him. He's a charmer. He knows how to sweet talk her. Knows how to tell her the things that she wants to hear. Okay, all right. We're all familiar with this scenario here. We've seen it before.
Every night he took her tight, but never left the room. History repeats itself. He'd paint her black and blue and dark.
Hold up.
Every night he took her tight, but never left the room. History repeats itself. He'd paint her black and blue and dark.
So she gets with this guy, and it's kind of the same situation as her abusive father or stepfather or whatever that was. And he's beating on her. He's painting her black and blue. All right, so he's putting hands on her. And it's just this poor, sweet little silent, I mean, I guess he hasn't said she's sweet, but she's like a quiet, silent girl, all right? Kind of like a wallflower who's not going to give you much pushback,
History repeats itself. He'd paint her black and blue and dark. She never stood a chance. The devil comes to dance. Violet, why are you always so quiet? On her bedroom door and he's irate. He's been drinking and smoking, he's up late. And he stands by her bedside, she shakes, but her eyes stay shut. You fucking slut, I know you're up. And he pinches her eyelids and folds them up. Violet, why are you lying to me, Violet? She stays silent, things turn violent. That's the sound of his fists when they fall like a crashing pilot. Hit like hail.
Dude, this is rough, man. This is getting rough to listen to. Like, this is, it's graphic, dude. the story, I mean, like, how he's telling the story is not graphic, but the visuals it's putting in your head damn sure are. Jesus, man.
Into me, Violet. She stays silent. Things turn violent. That's the sound of his fists when they fall like a crashing pilot. Hit like hailstones, one to the collarbone, full force, full blown, blood's black bone, crack, knick, knack, paddy whack.
Oh, man. Ugh. All right, so he comes home, he's drunk, came home from the bar or whatever, he's drunk, been smoking. He's an angry drunk, apparently, and he's going to take it out on Violet now. Punched her in the collarbone. That's not good. That's definitely not good. Probably broke that. This is not good.
Hailstones, one to the collarbone, full force, full blown, blood's black bone, crack, knick, knack, paddy whack, one to the jaw and the tooth spat, detached fist connects and disconnects a bone. A quick deflect to misdirect the blow, but nonetheless his punches met her throat. Such a mess, he's left her bruised and broke. Violet, why you always so silent?
Dude, she's like trying to like move out of the way, but he's still connecting. He's punching her in the throat. I mean, fuck, man. This is brutal. This is absolutely brutal, man. This is not good.
A quick deflect to misdirect the blow, but nonetheless his punches met her throat. Such a mess, he's left her bruised and broke. Violet, why you always so silent, Violet? Why you such a little liar, Violet? Do you think I want to do this, Violet? In character, she stays silent. Well, say something, Violet. Silence. Fucking say something, Violet. Silence.
Oh, no.
Wait. Say something, Violet.
Yup.
Not one word. She stays quiet.
He beat her to death. He beat her to death, man. Oh, God. Jesus.
Wait. Say something, Violet. Not one word. She stays quiet. London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive.
Okay, so yes, that was her in the hospital, obviously now. So now he's bringing us back full circle, okay? So he took her back, started here in the hospital, fighting for her life, took us to her, through her backstory, and we've now come back around to the point where he opened this song. Brilliant. All right.
A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. The doctor, in a state of shock, saw something here so very wrong. See, Violet, she was pregnant. Poor Violet, she was 9 months gone. Turning to the doctor, Violet broke her silence and she cried, if I'm to die right here tonight, please let my baby stay alive. The doctor soon regained composure, called the surgeon to come in. As Violet's world turned to black, the curtains closed, the lights went dim. In London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington just lost the fight to stay alive. A tragedy or a miracle, it happened on these very streets. Two twins aligned side by side. A girl named Jenny and a boy named Screech.
No way, man. No way. No way. What the fuck? No way. Wow. 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 Jesus, man. All right, hold on. Wow.
And a boy named Screech.
I would say that's the end. All right. Thought maybe there's a couple other seconds. Maybe he was going to say something else, but geez, man. That's insane. That's insane. So poor Violet made the choice to give up, to sacrifice her own life to save her kids, who I'm assuming then end up getting split up into foster care, right? You can't give them to, like, the dad. She's gone. So Jenny and Screech go their separate ways, I'm assuming. And they get raised in different households, never knowing of each other. And then they just run into each other on the street one night. Screech kills Jenny, gets killed by cops. So Violet sacrificed her life so that her 2 children can experience tragedy. Like, holy shit. There's no happy ending to that. And it was a waste, essentially. You know, I mean, I guess not a waste to give people life. I don't mean it like that, but I mean, she did it so her children would have a chance. And they ended up following the same or worse roads than her and ended up in the same place, essentially. Like, wow. Wow. This is crazy. This is good. This was good. I love this. This guy is absolutely amazing. You know, I do have some other artists I need to get to. So I'm going to take a couple days off from Ren. I need to get a couple of other reactions. I need to get like 2 or 3 other reactions out. And then we'll come back to some Ren. So let me know what you guys want to see next. But that'll do it for this one. That'll be the reaction. Middle-aged white guy is out. Like I said, throw me some suggestions. Give me like maybe by next weekend or later on in this week, we'll get some more Ren out. That'll do it though. That'll be the reaction. Middle-aged white guy is out. Peace.